Are we ready for the second half? All right. Now I got to find my place. All right, our next speaker is Judd Farner. He grew up on a pig farm. The title of his spark is Time and Punishment, the Effect of Tardiness on American Moviegoers. Judd is a theater artist, a teacher, and an avid bow tie wearer. He changes the world one day at a time. Let's welcome Judd.
People, wake up. We are near crisis. DEFCON 1, this is not a test. Mountain Dew Code Red, for crying out loud. No need to panic, though. This may be a theater, but I am not shouting fire. Don't all run to the door at the same time. No throwing chairs and breaking windows. Our problem, it can be fixed. How many of you enjoy going to the movies? Okay. And how many of you don't mind being late because it's just the trailers? I thought so. Monsters. Movie trailers are opening acts for the main event, and far too often I see their value cheapened with just. Audiences avoid them, businesses pack them with product placement. Well, I for one respect the movie trailer in all of its informative and cinematic pre-show glory. As a fervent filmgoer and long-standing movie theater employee, I believe audiences have been scarred by copious amounts of pre-show banter that allows them to believe that to be late is to be wise. This just can't be, folks. I have a saying with my friends, if we miss the trailers, we miss the movie. And this ideology comes from an appreciation of the full cinematic adventure, which starts as soon as you pick your movie. You enter the theater, you buy your ticket, you move to the concession stand where the friendly employee is ready to upsell you the medium to the large. She tries to sell you an overpriced box of M&Ms, but you pass. All the while, the one you've hidden in your back pocket presses ever so gently, reminding you of your minor infraction. But that's part of the experience, isn't it? You want the most out of your ticket. I know I do. After the concession stand is where I know I differ from many people. After the concession stand, you enter the theater, and there is no greater feeling than finding your favorite seat open, waiting for you to warm it. My favorite seat is back row center. I don't like people sitting behind me. I call it my Abraham Lincoln syndrome. You settle yourself in, you dig into that 50 cents more popcorn, the cell phone announcement, and then the lights dim, and the first green trailer screen appears. Let it begin. That is until Lady McGee decides he wants to come in and walk right in front of you and take the seat your feet were so comfortably rested on, and then he decides to have a conversation about the trailer with his girlfriend, because it is, after all, just a trailer. How can I blame him, though? How can I blame any of you? It is certainly well known that every movie starts anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes after the printed time. And why is this? Because businesses realized they had a captive audience. Marketing is all about getting people to choose to buy your product, but really, the only choice that happened was that audiences chose to come late, thus disrupting the start of a cinematic adventure for a theater full of people enjoying the Piranha 3D trailer in front of Avatar for the third time that week. This disruption of civic participation speaks to an issue far greater than simple advertising schemes. It negates the very essence of going to the movies. There's a magic that comes from seeing a movie as a community. Every audience member enters as an individual, and we leave together, having experienced communal storytelling. There's an unspoken camaraderie that happens as soon as you pick your showtime. It continues when you're standing in line to buy your ticket and you hear the teenage girl behind you tell her friend how powerful the baseball scene in Twilight is. You come closer together when you're standing in line for popcorn and the bodybuilder behind you is on his third refill and antsy to get back to a showing of The Expendables. But mostly you come together as community. When, in the middle of Rose pulling her hand from Jack's frozen grip and letting him sink away into the ocean with the Titanic, and someone's cell phone rings, and together, as an audience, you shun that grandma and her custom Despicable Me minion text tone. That, ladies and gentlemen, is community. And so I say, with a drink and a popcorn in my hands, candy tucked neatly away in a back pocket, and a severe love for movie going in my heart. If your movie starts at 7:30, you had better be there at 7:30.